This is not the internet. This is the metaverse. Hello pioneers. This week I'm going to take you through the process of making an app using generative AI and applying to a hackathon. Now, of course, you're probably thinking that I'm going to participate in the Pi Hackathon, but I've done that in the past, and we've seen what the fruits of that has been, which isn't much. So it's not the Pi Hackathon that I'm participating in. It's the Stellar Hacks Hackathon with Kale and Reflector. Okay, so let's have a look at this. As you know, Kale, I've been covering this a lot. I think it's going to be something. It keeps on building its ecosystem. And one of the components has always been gaming, right? And we see this on the Pi network as well. They're always talking about gamification, using games to onboard people. We've got the cyber game, right, with a trading game, right? We've got the Kale being used there. We've got Trustful in the works that's been created using AI. And Tyler himself has been creating some pretty simple games himself, right? So he's been creating Asteroids, Neon Pong, okay? And he's been using Lovable AI to create these things, right? Along with MCP servers and all that like. So there's been some key tenets that he's been trying to emphasize on, right? So there's this concept of zero loss gaming, using the Kale token, using generative AI for the development, right? And gamification to onboard lots of people, okay? So these are the key themes that we want to be doing to participate in this hackathon, since it is Kale sponsored. And what I used was LoveArt, right? And I found this platform to be really, really good in developing web pages and applications. So I started off, all right, so I added in this key text of what I wanted to do. Basically, it's saying I want to create a competition where I have artificial intelligence traders doing virtual zero loss competition of trading in a 1 week period, okay, where people can stake Kale, right? So that was the basic premise that I had for all of this. So the processing takes about 5 minutes and off it goes, and this is what it created on the first pass, right? Not too bad. So I gave it a bit more information, told it to create a few more web pages, and this is what we come up with, right? So we've got a nice landing page, we've got the user page, we've got a leaderboard here, and we've got the trader roster, right? So this is where we'll do most of our staking of the Kale, okay, in the competition form. But the problem is, we've got these characters, right, which aren't very exciting, are they, right? So I went back and I said, okay, give me some more characters, give me 12 of them, make them a bit more interesting, nice anime sort of style, and yeah, this is what it gave me, okay? So now we've got these nice characters, okay? So now we need to punch them back into the website, right? So I said, okay, go back, replace the hero section and make a nice slideshow of all these characters and all that, and repopulate the trading, the competition page, okay? So do my stake Kale, add all the characters in through there, and I think you can see that, it really made it really pop, so I made it a lot nicer and all that. And I had to change a few things manually, of course, but yeah, it's essentially done all this by itself, okay? And you can see clearly here, this is quite a nice page now, right? And I really didn't do anything to this. I had to sort of adjust the portraits of them all, because they were a bit out of alignment. But that was it I had to do. So that was really cool. So then I went, okay, go through, do the leaderboard now. That really punched up that. I got some logos created, okay? And these are all just sort of, placeholders, so you can at least give a sense of how it would look, right? But you would still iterate on this yourself manually. Then I got some history pages done, right? So profile pages for each one. And what was funny was I did it all manually, one by one, just, because it takes a bit of time to do. I didn't want to do them one shot. And then when I got to number 11, it said, oh, I can see you're doing in more order now, so I'll do number 12 for you as well, So it was quite funny that it waited that long, but it did do the final page automatically. So that was cool. Now this is where I started to run into a bit of a roadblock, right? It created the web pages all nice and all that, but now I actually wanted to do the back end, right? So start connecting to a wallet and doing some transactions and all that type of thing, right? So I went off and said, okay, now use this main page here, and that's connect a wallet, right? And I had all sorts of trouble here, I tell you, it really was difficult. I really had to be very specific. I had to sort of go off and find things for it. But eventually I did get it to connect the wallet using the Freighter API calls. Once I got that working though, I then needed to do other things. So every time I would iterate on it, it would break the initial thing. And I kept on saying to it, why are you changing this? You already have this working, right? And it just wouldn't do it, right? And I would have spent 2 days on trying to get this working, and it just wasn't happening. So all that coding really needs to be done manually. But I mean, it did get some of it working, I did get the wallet going at one stage. So, it can do certain things. So it's not quite there yet, but it's still very impressive on all this stuff, okay? So then I went on and got a page just for some competition rules. That was just something I thought I needed to add here. I didn't really like the top graphic, so I said, can you make sort of like a nice little ad graphic for me? I gave it some examples and things like that. And then I took that graphic myself and I just made some adjustments to it myself. So I ended up coming up with this thing like this, and then I just placed that in myself, and I think you can see it looks a lot better. So it can do it to a certain point. It can obviously iterate a lot too until you find something you like if you don't want to do it yourself. But I just find this is all a very nice starting point. You can get things to a very nice place very, very quickly, right? And then it's just a case of doing it manually and changing things how you like. Next up, I'll show you a demo of what we created here, and you'll see that most of it is pretty well working really nicely. So here we are on the landing page of the Edge Traders website. Just got a nice little slideshow here going through, just showing all the characters. Scroll through, you got all the normal information and all that. It's just all AI generated, right? So it can all be changed further. We've got a competition page here. Just load that up. Nice competition page, all the competition rules. Again, it's all just made up. We've got a nice little leaderboard here. It shows all the leaderboard for the past 12 months. And we go back, and we've got profiles as well. So we've got profiles for each one. You can just click on the profile, and just got a nice little profile with the backstory and history and all their trading for the last 52 weeks. Okay, so this is all very nice, and that website, the loveart.ai, did a great job. I changed a lot of stuff on this, but for all intents and purposes, it did a lot of this generation itself. Go back and get back to the home page. Okay, so we click on Get Started. Okay, and this is where we come to the trading portion of it. Okay. So just do a little demo here. We connect our wallet up. Okay, that's all connected. And if we want to back one of these, right, get a nice little pop-up here. We can put in however many kale we want to stake. It goes off and boom. Okay, so nicely staked, right? So the idea here is that, these are all going to be doing the zero loss trading competition, right? We'll just set up some sort of AI to do the weekly competition, and you actually stake real kale, right? And I know Tyler's idea was, perhaps we could use this stake kale to go off to some of the blend pools and earn returns on that. There's probably some other ideas we can do. There's also NFTs that we could reward as well, So the whole idea is just to have some sort of zero loss competition that people like. Got all these nice animated characters, AI doing everything. They don't really have to participate too much. and we can get you used to things, you know, get them used to the trading and all that. And the whole point is to onboard people to Stellar, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, that's all pretty nice. So now we have something that we can upload and actually enter the competition, okay? So I had to go to GitHub, make a repository there, right? So I uploaded everything to there, all my files, and then this is the entry page, okay? So I applied for this, and obviously we got everything submitted and everything's cool, right? So overall, I would say without, you know, the time wasted on coding, oh sorry, not coding, but telling the AI, trying to get it to work the back end part, you know, without that, I would say in a day I had all this sort of done, you know. So you can see as far as the development process goes, this is so quick now, you know, like, you know, you can just get a first iteration up very, very quickly, and then now you can tinker around with it, you know, manually yourself, and you know, get the ball rolling, right? So yeah, AI is really, really cool now. That's what I wanted to show you now, you know. So, you know, we've got this nice web page now that, you know, was created very, very fast, okay. So in this day and age, you really need to be using these AI tools and MCP servers and all that type of thing, because in a capitalist market, I mean, this just gets you to market a lot quicker, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it was a lot of fun doing it, learning all these new tools and that, participating in another hackathon and all that. And yeah, that just shows you that, you know, even yourself, you don't have any real coding skills or anything like that, you can use these tools now to, you know, start developing your projects yourself, and at least getting some sort of proof of concept working, okay? So yeah, that's it for the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later.